Hey guys, Ibbo Gaming here. So today's video, we are going to be looking at all the different types of ammo. I know that when you are starting off, or even if you've been playing for quite a while, ammo is always which one should I run, when should I run it, is it too expensive, should I run this, should I run that. This video will uncover what you should and shouldn't be using. Now, in the bottom of my description, there will be a link to the Discord and my Twitch. I am live all the time when I am playing. Now, let's crack straight into this. So, let's go straight over to the market. Let's go to ammo. Now, we'll start off with the 545. This ammo here, 545. Now, I would never run any of these. I would only run the BP ammo. I have used this PP ammo and it's ass. Unless you really budget and you're running normals with a full automatic gun, that's the only time I would be using PP or your HP. I rather take PP over the HP in normal, but my opinion, for this ammo type, you shouldn't be running anything but BP. BP on normal and lockdown would be the go-to ammo of choice, just due to the fact of it. If you're running normally a full auto gun, it is a very accurate gun, normally RPK or something along those lines. You'd be wanting to run the BP rounds. You don't want to get caught with your pants down in lockdown, and especially not in normal. I've found in the past when I've used PP and below, you do find your pants down in gunfights. BS only run in restriction, so the highest game mode. That's the only time I'd run BS rounds. Apart from that, BP would be the go-to. Let's go to the next one. 5.56. So M855s. Now, M855, great ammo. You can use it in lockdown and you can use it in normal at all times. I wouldn't use anything besides M855 in normal, 100%. I wouldn't even look at these level 1, 2, or level 1 or 2 ammo. The lowest I'd be looking at for would be M855 normal. And if you're going a little bit of budget and you didn't want to, you were going into lockdown, I'd run at M855. But now, this is subject to the kit you are bringing. I'm bringing in always about a $300,000-$400,000 kit, so I want to know that my bullets are going to drop the person I am going to fight. Sometimes when I am dropping people with M855s, I'm hitting them in the helmet, the chest. It's doing nothing. That's why when I run lockdown with a good kit, I'm running M855A1s. I normally top load it, so first 15 bullets is M85A1, and then the bottom half is M855. That's just due to, budgeting and whatnot. And then obviously M8995 is when you'll be running in restricted, the highest zone. I wouldn't run it in any other ones like in normal or lockdown. I'll be running M855 and M855. If you can afford it, I'd always run this in lockdown, this in normal. So this would be the normal rounds, and this would be the lockdown, and then this would be the one after lockdown. Now, this is your 5.7. Don't really use many of this caliber, but I would stick to your level 3s. Probably any of these ammos here would do. I don't really use this gun, so I don't want to make too much of a good comment. But let's stick to what we normally do. They're level 5 restriction, level 4 we're going lockdown, and then your level 3 ammo here would be what you run on your normals and lockdowns if you can't afford the more expensive ones. But this one here would probably do well in both lockdown and normal. Same for this ammo here. This I don't really use much often, but if I was to do anything, I'd be running the level 4 because, all the ammo here will drop someone because of the high caliber. And then obviously don't run this unless you're running the highest level of restriction. Now, 7.62. Now, this is an interesting one because there's nothing really for it. It is a pistol round, I believe, this one here. or an. I'd probably just always run the level 2, the PTS ammo. It's leg meta, so yeah, I wouldn't run anything else. I'd only run this one here. Now, 7.62 by 39, so AK rounds. So I run this one here. It's the TM45M. I find it really good for normal. If I go above normal, I do top load the bag with BP rounds, and then the bottom half. So I'd put 10 of these, 20 of these. If I'm running a 30 round, if I'm running a 60 round, I'd probably put 20 of these in the top, and then 40 of these in the bottom, and then vice versa. I would only ever use PS rounds really if I'm running a normal. I wouldn't run it outside of normal. And then your AP ammo is only for the high restriction lobbies. Now guys, the next one is your M80s, your M62s, and your M61s. Now these ones here do some damage. This one here, I'd run in normal, and then I would top load this M80 rounds, and then bottom load these BPZs. Okay, now the M62, you can run them in any restriction or lockdown. If you're very wealthy, I would be running them all the time. And then if you're super wealthy, I'd be running your M61s. Your M61s are just through the roof in value. If you ever find them on the floor, find them in game, make sure you do pick them up. Oh, sorry, I had to have a sip of tea there. But yeah, guys, it's pretty stock standard. I'd top load 10 of these or 5 of these, followed by 5 or 10 of these. And then vice versa, if you're really rich, I'd top mag this, and then top mag this, bottom mag that. Or vice versa, top mag this, bottom mag this. So when I say that, obviously you split the mag into 2 sets of bullets. I'd only run this if you're like mega rich. You can use it in restriction as well. Now the next one is this ammo here. This ammo here is for your sniper rifles. This ammo here, this T64M, it drops people. Okay, it is what all the rats use, and I absolutely hate getting hit by it because it does hurt. So you can use this as a rat in your normal and lockdown modes. I wouldn't be taking it into restriction because it wouldn't do. Unless you hit them in the face, it's not going to do anything. Your LPS rounds is probably a stock standard. If you're super rich, I'd be looking at tier 7 and tier 6 ammo, but majority of the time I'd be going the LPS rounds, and then top load at this, and then bottom load the LPS rounds. If you're a rat, I would always be using the LPS rounds, just because they are cheap. But if you're really broke, I'd be going this here. It drops people no matter what. I've been dropped by it quite some times. Now I'd be looking at the AP is where I go for. It is one of my favorite ammos for the SMGs. I'd never really run it this one. I don't think it's necessary unless you're in restriction. I'd run this for lockdown and normal. Or I'd run the dum-dum rounds. Dum-dum rounds are really good for flesh damage, so if you hit the leg or the arms quite regularly, it's a really good round. It says it's rank 0, but if you hit the armor, it does absolutely nothing. It will tickle them. But if you're going for leg and arm meta, this is one of the best rounds. But my go-to is the AP. This one here is what I run in my Mac 10s, my P90s, my MP5s, and my Uzis. When I do run it, I run this ammo here. Now this one here, I don't really use this weapon, but I would say that this would be your normal, and you could run this on normal, and you can run this on your higher lockdowns, and then any of the others above for the restriction modes. Now, shotguns, they've got heaps of rounds, so there's so much different ammo, and they all do different things. So if you go rip, that destroys flesh. Then if you go to like GT slugs, it's I'll show you. Look, it will do short, and this ammo is locked and loaded, and it has high penetration. See how it has 27 when this has 3. So this is when you want to go through armor. So if you run this, I'd run, you know, 2 of these up the front and then the GT behind it. So you destroy their limbs, and then you'll follow up with the shot that penetrates through the armor. But if you're running lockdown or anything above, I'd be running the armor piercing slugs, because you want to. A lot of these armors are covering a large amount of their body. Unless you're going for legs and whatnot, I would be going for the armor piercing above. Anything above normal, I'd be looking at going armor piercing. Any of these ones here, you can run them in normal and restriction. Flechettes are always good, as they have a high pen, and they do some good damage for bleeds. So this is like bleed ammo. So I would be running either flechettes, your GT slugs, your rip slugs, or your armor piercings. I wouldn't really look at any others. The buckshot is also good as well. This one here. Now let's go into the next caliber. Your JP, I wouldn't even look at this ammo. I'd be looking at level 3 and level 4. Your lockdowns and your normal modes. And then obviously if you are looking at doing restriction, I wouldn't run anything but this here. Now this one here, I'd be only running AP. Only AP ammo I would be running. I wouldn't even be looking at armor piercing or flesh wounds. I'd just go straight to the armor piercing. It's not too expensive, so you should be fine. Now guys, this one here is really... you don't really have much options. You got your normal lockdown, and then obviously you're restricted. I wouldn't run that in anything other. I would top load and bottom load. So first few bullets would be the FMJ, and then to follow it up with that. But yeah, guys, that is the ammo guide. I hope that does help you guys when picking ammo. And obviously, if you are loading mags and everything along those lines, it should give you a good indication of what needs to be done and which ammo you should be taking. Thanks guys for watching. If you made it this far, do like, subscribe, and comment below. Yeah, catch you in the next one. See you later, guys.